Back to the fire giant. So, this guy is not tremendously difficult. He is a giant, but he is also very, very slow, so dodging most of his attacks is not too bad, especially if you end up just circling around his left leg like I did for most of these attempts. It's just, being on horseback means that one bad combo will kill you very, very easily. However, he can't attack underneath him very well, so you do get a lot of attempts to try and deal damage. And hitting his left leg is in fact the best way to do this, because as you can see, he's got a gigantic bone tied up with his own hair being used as a splint there. And on top of that, I also do have a katana that I'm using now, which does a little bit of extra bleed damage. And that means a huge amount of his health can be taken away, which is great because this giant does in fact have a health bar befitting of his size. You'll notice that by the end of this, it takes a good, 10 minutes to actually do this fight? Yeah, you're gonna be in this one for the long haul. Although, at least at the very beginning of it, it's not too bad. Especially because as soon as he starts to take out the fire attacks, by grabbing, I don't know, no, there's the bleed proc, by the way. By grabbing, I don't know, the fire out of his mouth, chest mouth, whatever you'd call it. His whole thing where he's trying to summon up fireballs actually makes him a lot more vulnerable, because it makes his attacks that much smaller, even if they are quicker or explode a lot more. Really, the only thing to look out for is when he kind of leans on the ground and tries to, that attack too. When he tries to lean on the ground and vomit a bunch of fire out everywhere. So the other attacks that he has to try and get away from you a little bit, since he is so slow, is this thing where he tries to step backwards and then slam the gigantic pizza plate into the ground. Just look out for him really walking away from you. And, of course, him somersaulting around. But then, phase 2. Well, hey, it can't be considered a weak point if you get rid of it, right? And unfortunately, that does mean that he just stops taking nearly as much damage from each one of your attacks. So, whittling down that health bar becomes that much more difficult. However, he does also move around a lot less. He's lost the pizza plate, so staying away from him is a lot safer. You don't have to worry about running towards the camera every time he tries to pick that thing up and slam it right down into you. It's just, well, yeah, look at it go down. And of course, the somersault now has an actual hitbox to it, and that was the cause of many of my deaths in this fight. Just the fact that he rolled right on over me, which of course did kill me nigh on instantly. Try and stick around to where he's missing the leg now, so you don't actually get hit by that. The hitbox doesn't apply there. I think it just applies if you're near his other leg. So that's why I'm... even though he doesn't have the leg anymore and he's not taking double extra damage from it, it still is something of a weak spot of his. As you can see right there. Aside from that, he starts to do a lot more fire-based attacks. This fire not only, covers the ground, but also kind of snakes around in the background. So running in one direction, even after it seemingly is already done, is probably a good idea. Of course, him spitting fire on the ground and the shooting a bunch of fireballs in the air still apply. Keep on your toes for that. But aside from that, it's a battle of attrition. And to that point, I was talking before about, hey, I was using the Uchigatana now instead. Decide to move into a dex build because the strength stuff has just been way, way too slow. And that is going to be something of a theme for the rest of this episode. This is the last boss. I'll just tell you right now. This is the last boss that I'm going to be fighting like this. You know, going solo, not using weapon arts or summons or anything like that. Because at this point in the game, I'll admit, I started to get kind of tired spending multiple hours on every single boss. And even now, with the Uchigatana, for example, which you get from, an early dungeon in Limgrave, if you're looking for it yourself. I think it's near the Third Church of Marika, the Grace Point, and then I'll end up using a bleed-based Ash of War. Specifically got it from Fort Hate, which I saw in the first episode. The boss character of that area drops it. And that is some of the easiest ways to deal damage in the entire game. Most bosses are vulnerable to bleed, and they'll take a lot of damage from it, and this is a nice fast weapon that has a good moveset, and that bloody slash weapon art you get is pretty great. I'm starting to go into the optimal build territory, and that's just going to get worse with time. So if you were expecting me to continue to expertly fight every one of the bosses, knowing the exact point in time that I want to get in there to deal a minimal amount of damage, it's it kind of drops off by the end of the episode. I mean, you'll definitely see, because a lot of it will be taken up by a stream where I just was like, okay, I'm doing all of the most optimal stuff now. But at least for right now, this is still a very traditional fight to how I've been doing in the rest of the series, even though I am using a better weapon. It's just, I just wanted to give you a fair warning in case you want to dip out of the episode now, and I understand. But anyway, Fire Giant. Like I said, even in second phase, you're still pretty safe underneath him. His only melee attack has him trying to reach towards you with his right arm only. So as long as you're as long as you're going directly towards that left leg most of the time, you're usually pretty safe. Watch out for those exploding fireballs, though. They will sneak up on you because they take a long time to explode. It's not quite as bad as Radagon's Meteor. But yeah, that's like his only melee combo. Everything else requires him to really, really wind up some big fire attacks instead. So as long as you can, as long as you're staying near his left arm and left leg, and he's not about to do some sort of spit out a huge AoE of fire, you're pretty safe. Just trying to be impatient is the real killer in this fight. And of course, that was very frustrating for me. Oh yeah, also having him, also for whatever reason losing the lock on, and then having him shoot fireballs at you will kill you pretty easily. That horse combat, that attack right there. If you're not locked onto him, it's kind of hard to see when he's about to do it. So if you get hit by both of those fireballs, well, you're not going to be in a good position. Let's just say that one right now. But here, I'm just being very, very safe, as I've been doing this fight for quite some time now. Learning each one of the attack patterns and everything. Okay. Remember that using your flask does in fact heal the horse as well. Does in fact heal Torrent. So it's not a bad strategy to, even if you're at full health, just use that in case you haven't been farming up the berries over and over. Ugh. Yeah, and you get hit by that. And if you get hit twice, and you can very easily by that somersault, it'll just take you down immediately. Yes, ripping off his leg did in fact make him stronger in a lot of ways. How about that? A weird theme for this game. But anyway. Let's just kind of wait for him to do some sort of attack. Yeah, since he only ever reaches out with the right hand, just need to stay on the left side of him and then run in and slam, slam, slam. And I don't want to get hit by the giant geysers of fire, so stay out of there. That attack is nice and slow. Will give some good openings to run into. It's just, man, you get hit by those explosions. Horse combat, right? Horse combat. Anything that happens is going to be bad for you if you get hit. Not necessarily fatal, but often fatal. It does take a good 5 seconds to resummon back your horse, as well as having the game prompt you every single time. Are you sure you want to resummon your horse? It's going to take a flask charge, which is, as always, just a baffling decision on the part. Yeah, it's like, I know you're in the middle of a boss fight right now, but are you sure? Are you sure you want to use your flask charge to resummon the horse? Well, anyway. Ugh, what a frustrating fight. Well, to be fair, a lot of the fights in Elden Ring have been frustrating with the way I've been playing. They really do expect you to use those summons, as I find out later when I start just steamrolling my way through the game, using the super optimal build. Yeah, so like I said, that's the last one I'm going to be fighting in this style. Past this, we go an overpowered cheese build, baby, just so I can get to the end of the game already. I mean, first, well, fought my way through that enemy to get up here. So, what's going on in the Goblet of Fire? Fire, I assume. Forge of the Giants. Oh. Huh.
I have long observed the lands between. This world is in dire need of repair and death. Indiscriminate. Are you prepared to commit a cardinal sin? Very well. Let my hand rest upon you for but a moment. O Erdtree, you shall burn. Burn for the sake of the new Lord. Thank you for guiding me here. The one who walks alongside flame shall one day meet the road of destined death. Goodbye.
After everything this game has put me through, the one thing I have to say is good. I'm glad to see this happen. Take that, you stupid Erdtree. Even though you can clearly see it in the background. I think I'm just on this big island over here. I noticed that on the map a long time ago, but I guess it's not surprising that I ended up being over here eventually. So what even is happening? I mean, I'm fairly certain that there was probably something else that I might have been able to do to like get an alternate ending, but at the same time, let's just see what happens when I get over here. All right, good smithing stones. I do like that, maybe. I'm willing to bet that I'm also going to be getting the last bell for the infinite upgrade materials here. Now, the real question is, of course, where am I going from here? Well, I guess there's only one place to go, eh? The old jumping puzzles. God, I hope I don't accidentally fall off. I've already spent all the souls. Don't worry about that. Just ignore the fact that I fell into the giant goblet of fire myself. Farum Azula. I don't know. Farum sounds familiar, but it's like over here, this section? Farum Great Bridge, so maybe this originally linked to this area? That bridge? Or who can possibly tell? I keep trying to figure out the lore here, and I'm never quite able to do it. I'm sort of curious if I should jump into that giant tornado, but I know that is definitely not gonna be good for me. Oh my god, these are like actual Bloodborne monsters. I did not see this coming. Oh yeah, I should probably also see what the remembrance thing that I got does. Although somehow I can't imagine that at this point I'm going to be using a giant plate weapon here. That said, hey, the souls seem pretty good. 1,000 per, and there's like 5 dudes in here. If I was still using the Star Scourge blades, I could probably just get them to be taken down. Okay, fine then. You can probably get them to be taken down pretty easily just with the giant explosion super attack alone. Yeah, potentially. I don't know. Kind of hard to say what's going to be doing a decent amount of damage in this game, because I felt like in the mountainous area that nothing I did was doing decent damage. Every enemy there felt like a huge tank, boss included. Here, it's at least well, hey, speaking of which, let's at least take a look at this thing. I hate that thing. I hate that thing. I'm glad that I never have to fight it again. Because, oh man, am I not going for alternate endings. Tell you that one right now. think that Elden Ring, as much as I've been enjoying some of the boss fights, there are also some ones that are just incredibly frustrating to go through. I think of like Renala, for example, who just, man, having to go through 2 phases like that and everything, and then the fire giant just taking no damage, says to me, maybe not worry too much about trying to defeat every single boss and whatnot. Oh boy. This does not strike me as a good thing. Faster weapon and everything is working out quite nicely, needless to say. But I don't think against 3 of these guys that I'm going to be able to do too much. Maybe this would be the point in time to go switch back to the super blood build that I was using before. Because I'm sure that these guys probably very susceptible to that, and the attack I have on that Ash of War is going to be dealing a lot bigger area of attack, potentially taking out multiple of these guys at once. Could also be that easiest way to do this is to just go and backstab each and every one of them. I'm sure at this point in the game I can probably take them out entirely, if not just mostly, by that point. Yeah. And throw on you. Still have not yet found a fire version of that. Boy, it would be nice if I could get that, though. Yeah, let me just go check real quick. And potentially die. Yeah, not bad. Yeah, it's actually a very, very Bloodborne style, where you can just kind of... Lightning-proof liver. Huh. I mean, I get what it does, but that concept is still, much like the holy-proof liver, is still very silly to me. Yeah, just kind of like stun dudes and take them out like that. Much in the same way that I was doing back in Bloodborne. Getting the first hit on enemies was sort of essential to being able to defeat everything else. What am I standing on right now? Some kind of giant tomb, I assume. That's a very... Really? I think I'm just gonna go right on by here. You know, this is not quite the... What is this area? Because and why am I here right now when I was supposed to be, you know, burning the tree? Should I go back to the tree to see if the route to the thing is open now? I have no idea. Okay. Here's another thing to ask, and that's, can I take these guys out if I just stealth my way up here? Well, I do need to, you know, do the thing here first. Okay. There's that done. However, with one more dude here, I'm still not super happy about that. There we go. Nice. Yeah, that double extra bleed amount definitely does seem to be pretty effective. It was the exact thing that I was thinking when I was originally using Frostbite before, but I couldn't get bleed on that weapon. Neat. But once again, not really using any bows. Still planning... Oh, I'm not even using two-hand right now. This does have at least a little bit of strength scaling, and that should help quite a bit if I'm not going to be having anything in the offhand. What's going on over here? The next boss that I'm going to be taking 10 hours to fight. Well, obviously the last time there was... Nope, okay. It's just... It's literally a gigantic pillar in there. I guess that's not going to be super useful. Always look to see if there's something underneath the... Always look to see if there's something underneath the, elevator. Usually a pretty worthwhile thing if you actually do find something. Still not enough. I also do not know what that effect is, and I probably don't want to. It looks bad. But yeah, I saw those guys wandering around on the overworld. The worm faces. At least that's what the boss version of them was called. It seems like they're mostly there to try and inflict you with some sort of status ailment. And I'd rather not see what that is. No, not at all. Well, I'm seeing lanterns. That usually means that I'm on the right track, but to where? Could not possibly say. As it is, though, I'm already happier with the Dex build. Being able to hit enemies before they completely knock me out of my hits has been a very welcome change prior to how I was playing the game. And after all, with a strength build back in the day. Oh, there's the worm face boss. Anyway, with a strength build back in the day, it was quite good just to use a club. Club's a nice fast weapon, even if it might be... okay. Even if it might be scaling with the same stats that the gigantic swords larger than your entire body work with. Yeah, this does not seem to be progress. This is probably progress. I mean, I suppose if I wanted to go fight dragons on the outside of this place, that'd be a good place to go to, but I'm not, and I don't want to. This, on the other hand, already a lot more promising compared to what I was doing before. Now here come the bloody thing. There's one thing that I learned from fighting the bloody finger guy. It's that, boy, that's a decent move, isn't it? Somber Stone Bell? Huh. I don't even know that such a thing existed. I found all the regular bells, obviously, but not the Somber Stone one, certainly. Okay. Yeah, get that bleed going. Does a ton of damage. And then there's some sort of mage over here that is casting the same thing as the lightning, or the Draconics tree sentinel was back when I was fighting that dude. Alright, well, I think that answers my question of just how good the backstab is against these guys. Not amazing. Decent. Pretty decent, but I think my bloody slash here is already doing significantly better. Look at that go. Man, these guys do not stand a chance compared to something like that. Oh man, I did like those strength weapons, but you know, the choice is clear between the two, right? Right? And look, I do like using big weapons and everything like that, but man. This is so much more friendly in terms of gameplay and everything. Yep. Is that a skeleton? We got these... Are these guys skeletons now? Oh, great. Well, this is going to be a treat going through here. Because I'm guessing they're probably going to be immediately revived unless I was using the occult stylings around here. Okay. Nice, but... And, yeah, still no horse. Horse status? Not. But, neat area. Oh, I also see a No. I see a dragon off in the distance as well. Oh, man. Do I just need to go over here? I think I just need to go over here. Which is still frightening. I'm not very confident in my platforming abilities in a game like this. And why is the... What's going on with why is everything starting on fire? That's maybe the more important question, even more so than all these creatures attacking me and whatnot right now too. It's like I don't like any of this. I do like this. No, I lied. I do in fact like seeing at least one point of grace. That at least says that I'm in the right that I'm going the right direction right now. What an incredibly strange area. Neat. If this is not the final area, it's very final area-ish. At the same time, Morgott seemed very final area-ish. So I don't really know what to think here. Just jump down? No, there's no way I just jump down from here. That'll be absurd. Oh, you got some good poise, don't you? And I also see this, which is absurd. So, do we just have like a showing of every one of the enemies that I fought before? Because I haven't seen that sort of guy since Stormvale Castle. Well, hey, at least him jumping out from the darkness says that there's something over here to look at. Yeah, maybe. Anything at all? Oh, boy. Well, there's also the other direction, too. A hallway on one end means a hallway on another end. This is the way that I see it. Even though it's probably not, that is not an adage that is true in any way. I mean, I could also try just taking them out with the bloody slash and everything. That's also a decent thing to probably try and attempt. Let's try not dealing with the Godskin Duo. Oh. No. Oh, no. I think this is it. I think this is the dual boss fight. This sounds like a very dual boss fight type of thing. Especially, you know, coming this late in the game and everything, too. Oh, no. Oh, not right after the nightmare fight against the giant. Please. No. They do not hear my plea. Well, this episode might take some time to come out. I gave a good half hour of attempts of trying to fight these guys normally, but this is the point when I decided, okay, here's summons, here's where I'm just figuring out what all the best builds are and everything. And of course, I immediately went with the best summon in the entire game, the Mimic Tier. This one I got from a boss that I fought back in Nokron, the hidden city that I found, last episode, I think? It was such an insignificant fight because, yeah, as me fighting my own character using the heavy axe weapon, well, that was the point when I decided, okay, maybe I should try out a different build just because, man, even when I'm fighting myself, it was pretty easy to take me down. But here, it's like this gives me a copy of my own player character that does not die in a single combo of hits, so it suddenly becomes way super overpowered, even in a fight like this where you're fighting these two who, in other places in the game, individually are their own bosses. Yeah, this is when the game really picks up in difficulty. Despite the fact that these are otherwise not very notable lore-wise characters. I don't know, it's kind of weird. Well, anyway, yeah, the Mimic Tier I've also leveled up to plus 10, so it's going to be surviving an extremely long time in addition to dealing a lot of damage. And like I was saying before, this is also what I'm going to be using for the rest of the game, just because I didn't want to spend multiple hours on every single boss. I'm sorry, but it was getting a little bit. I was losing my willingness to want to to really learn every part of this game individually. These guys also revive like that. It's a fairly large health bar, so it takes some time to get them down, even if you are using some of these overpowered stuff. All right, then I'm going to be doing a stream for the rest of this. This is just like, look, I want to continue doing it like I've been doing it for the rest of the series because, you know, you really get a very good idea of how all the bosses work and everything like that. But it takes like 4 hours for every single boss I fight. And there are 4 more bosses in the game. That's so many. And it's so many to have to learn how to fight here. So from this boss arena, just keep on going from this side. And yes, I'm just going to use the Mimic Tier then because that is the most powerful one. Just like absolutely ridiculously overpowered because it's basically a player character. It's a player character that does not die in a single combo of attacks. This is not even the right place to go to. It's a player character that does not die in a single combo of attacks, which makes them just absurdly overpowered. Also nice katana. Yeah, I switched into a dex build. Been using bleeding. After having the frostbite build with the axe work out so well, I ended up going for that. You know, just using a weapon that's a little bit faster to attack and all that. No, not here, but you want to go through the window. The game's supposed to be fun, so I'd like to watch anybody as long as I'm having fun. I mean, the thing is, though, this is going to be, like, almost too easy. I'd like it to be somewhere in between, but I don't really know how to thread that needle with a game like this. Like, what do I take? A less powerful summon and then, you know, like, level that one up? But then again, how unleveled should it be? Or whatever. Let's just use the overpowered thing and get to the end of the game already. It's been like over a full week at this point. How is Fire Giant? Fire Giant's dead. Fire Giant is hyper dead. In fact, if you are watching this on YouTube right now, you'll have seen that. There it is. Didn't like that boss. But you know, you don't really need me to tell you much of anything else regarding that. This is a cool area. Look at it. I mean, they use the same basic style of floating rocks and everything for the place where the star fell, but you know, it is still a neat sort of idea anyway. If you beat Elden Ring quickly, will the rest of the stream be too? No. The rest of the stream, it's probably not going to be a... Oh, am I going to die? No, I didn't. Good. It's probably not going to be a rest of the stream. I don't think it's going to be that quick. Trust me on that. It's just going to be significantly quicker than taking 4 hours per boss. That's the real thing. But I want 2. 2 will come a fortnight, 2 weeks, after the first time that I played 2, and I'll finish it up. I'll be doing the entire thing. I don't know if I'll be doing it like 100%, because from what I remember, there's like some grindy stuff to do. Look at this big old golden dragon boy. It doesn't actually attack me now, though. Just kind of looks. The other thing is that for whatever reason, he also has very low health. I could probably kill him very easily if I felt like it, but I don't. I don't know why that guy stopped attacking me. Wait, did you put that episode up? No. That is going to be this episode, because in-game time, this is going to be like 15 minutes from the point where I defeat the fire giant. It's not long. The end of the game is largely like a big boss rush type of thing. Almost. There's not nearly as much exploration or anything to do. Well, I mean, I suppose there is if you end up fighting every single enemy, but fighting enemies in a Souls game. It's like you don't even know who I am. Nice hair. It's not even my hair, it's just the helmet. This is Radagon's hair. I thought it was supposed to be his hair, but apparently, no, he actually just has a helmet with like a big flowing locks on it. I can't believe this thing is still following me in here right now. Okay. Should have some difficulty getting onto the elevator. Good. All right. Waiting for the full update to do the new Dead Cells stuff? No, I just want to finish up Elden Ring first. After all, Elden Ring is the new hotness, you know? Red-haired lady Sephiroth. Sephiroth did not have hair like this. It's just, I don't know. I didn't have any other good helmets to be wearing. We Malden Lord soon? Extremely soon. Soon, extremely soon, we are going to be the Lord. For all of you Christian hymn enthusiasts out here. Hey, look, it's another one of these guys. The draconic tree sentinel dudes. Alright, Beast Clergy. But this time we're just gonna do this. Whatever. Whatever, it doesn't matter. The slow attacks. Okay, anyway. Also, I do like how every single time they start you out very far away from the bosses, just purely to make sure they can get a few cheap range attacks in on you. All right. Oh, come on. Anyway, he's going to continue to just throw range stuff at me over and over. Literally like rocks off the floor and everything, but, you know. Oh my god. Speaking of which, those rocks really do, there we go. Ah! Recycled Sekiro animation, you know it! Boy, a lot of these this entire area reminds me a lot of Bloodborne, with like the bestial enemies. You killed Radagon? Yeah, like 3 streams ago.
Become my blade once more.
There's just a Bloodborne weapon in it. Yep, it's Blood Katana, baby! What's up with this game when bosses removing their appendages? That's actually a common thing in a lot of the Dark Souls games. You had like Amygdala doing that back in Bloodborne. You had the Giant doing that in Dark Souls 2. It's a common theme. Oh no, a Warwolf. Yeesh. Okay, enough. Just stop doing combos for like 1 second, dude. Holy Christ. I don't think he's gonna stop doing combos for even 1 second. Nope. What? Wait, how'd I die? Let's get past that one and then get to this nightmare. Oh yeah, and then this is the runaway thing. Yeah, so. Where'd he go? Oh, okay. I think I got this one this time now. Already doing a lot better health. Oh, right. Already doing a lot better health on the Mimic tier after all. Okay, sidestep that. Yeah, I think this should be successful. Good. Well, that was significantly easier, but once again, I don't care, Malkath. Shut up. Well, that was significantly easier, but like I said, it didn't even really require me to learn many of the attacks. So, but I want to finish up the game already. Take that, old flippy dippy. But yeah, a half hour versus 4 hours is a real big difference, isn't it?
The rune of death is unbound.
Wait, what?
And the lands between are shrouded by death's dark fate. But the flames will also burn the impenetrable thorns. Farewell it is then. You'll be Elden Lord yet.
All right. Oh shit, you've caused the apocalypse. Don't you remember Radagon? Wouldn't be the first time. Cause the apocalypse. I feel like that's a pretty regular thing in these sort of games. Besides, the apocalypse already happened. That was the shattering. Don't you remember? This is just, you know, this is like the second half of The End Is Nigh, where you cause a second apocalypse. Well, I mean, you don't, but you know what I'm saying. For all the End Is Nigh fans out there. I know some of you probably are, right? Must become Elden Lord. Oh wow, it's Dark Souls 3. Yeah. No, the comparisons never stop, do they? Where am I at? Oh yeah, no. No, my farming spot. Ah, whatever. Well, that's too bad. I guess that place is gone now. The Erdtree was just a parasite feeding on the remaining rings power in the world. Now you save the remaining power. You know, people seem to be No. It was like that before. People seem to be very much okay with you burning the Erdtree after all. It didn't really seem to be that big of a deal to most of the dudes around here. So, no. Are there any NPCs left at this point? Nope. Nope. Oh, you're still here. Hey, what'd you think of this?
I asked you not to disturb me.
Okay. Have fun. Anyway, what level are you now? I don't know. Probably more after I go and finish up the after I go and use all my runes, but here, take all of this stuff too. And then I guess I'll probably give me all the, yeah. Some good stuff. Now, I would like to go get a super katana, if you will. Oh, you're still here. And I should probably see what I get from the boss that I just beat.
Who are you? Oh. I must be a blacksmith. Now, let's get smithing.
Oh, okay. Hey, what's happening?
Could you tell me what happened?
I don't know.
Why is the round table burning? In ruins. Why does that girl weep for me? Oh. Have I forgotten something of dire importance?
Seemingly, but whatever. Oh, and I don't have this one to get the plus 25. The ultimate that gives me plus 6 more attack power. And 10. 16 more attack power. Okay, well, whatever. Look, it's fine. Anything going on in here? Yes, seemingly. Cool. Anything else going on in here? Well, I guess that answers what happened to that guy. In the meantime, though, well, let's go back to the capital. Capital of Ash. Oh, right. I was gonna go look at whatever. We can do that later. Oh, where's Huggin' Lady? I don't know. Gone, I guess. Dead, probably with everybody else. Poor Ulfnir. The all-knowing. I don't know. That guy didn't actually help me all that much. Nobody did, really. except for the blacksmith. All right, back to it. And go spend these souls. What level am I at right now? Now 96, evidently. Just give me more power here. Oh, yeah. There's the big dragon. That survived, at least. Still not allowed to use the horse in the palace grounds, eh? Hey, what's going on? Yeah, I know. I can't believe it. The tree is pretty impressive, to be fair. It takes a lot of punishment. Like a lot of punishment. Alright, what's going on down here, too, by the way? Didn't even think to look at this thing. Shadowbound Beast given to his Empyrean? Empyrean. I actually do not know what that means. Well, anyway, into the capital again. I once again do not care at all about the stupid tree burning. I hated it anyway. Go get your flippy sword. Yeah, nice hair. It's not hair. It's Radagon's helmet, which I thought was his hair, but apparently is not. Apparently, it's just what his helmet looked like. Fingers okay? I think the fingers are okay. I mean, they didn't really... I guess I didn't even... we'll go check on them soon enough. Unless his helmet is made out of his hair. Are you saying that I scalped Radagon to steal his hair to make into a helmet? I don't know if I can accept that sort of possibility. Is this the place? Yeah, this is the place where I fought.
I knew you'd come. To stand before the
Hey, wait a second. Why is that turning golden in the background?
Elden Lord. What a sad state of affairs.
Why can I select you?
Your spirit, but alas,
Why can I summon this right now?
shall take the throne.
I see.
That we continue to struggle unto eternity.
Ow. Okay, so he's a mage boy. Dang it, Ulfnir. I knew I was going to end up fighting at least one of these guys, so of course it had to be Ulfnir. Who otherwise seemed to be pretty cool. and who is currently not having a very good time, to be honest. Have you beaten the loathsome dung eater? I still have not found that guy.
Not even you. A man cannot kill a god.
Well, not a man, but a man and his cool mimic tier, I think is what you wanted to say. Neat. I'm going to wear those. These gauntlets are all-knowing. Pretty cool. Anywho. You're missing out. Well, I don't know where he's at. If I could find the loathsome dung eater. He's all-knowing. He's not all-powerful, you know. By the way, how many? Yeah, that was a good amount of runes held now. We looking pretty saucy, boys. Also, just curious, can I like go use like, say, 4 of these things and get another level? Probably. Maybe a little bit more than another level. Looks like it. I can't believe Gideon attacked me. What a jerk. Anyway, I told you that using these summons we're going to be sort of kind of changing up how the rest of the game was gonna go. And I think that's very clear right now. What more can I say? Anyway, same basic direction. I think I know where I'm going to be fighting the next boss at. I guess I could have probably tried to fight him without using the summon, but I thought he was going to be a boss. If you did any quest lines, you'll be so happy to kill Gideon. Which quest lines could I have done for that? Because I don't know. It seems okay. Seemed pretty cool. Light up another one here. I mean, I already lit up that one, but you know what I'm saying. Erdtree heal. Didn't I already get that? Or is that a different one? No, it's Blessing of the Erdtree. Same information. Okay. Did secret genocides? What? Huh. All right, what's going on? Final boss, I got my doubts.
It's been a long while.
Okay, I thought it was Morgoth for a second. And I was gonna... Oh, man.
Long and hard didst thou fight. Tarnished warrior. Spurned by the grace of gold.
He's a stand user. Is that a JoJo reference? Probably.
Be assured the Elden Ring resteth close at hand.
Thank God. Can you just let me in there? Hey, if instead of fighting, could you just let me in there?
Alas, I am
Oh my
returned.
God. Oh my God. Yeah, no, you're right.
To be granted audience once more.
on my name as Godfrey, the first Elden Lord.
So apparently it's not Margot again, it's Godfrey. Again. Same basic thing that we did last time? Because trust me, yep, looks like it. Well, at least for this phase. You know that's not going to be the case. Yeah, no, this is the same basic moveset. I recognize that. But it's like, you know it's not just going to be this. Dog, I already fought you. Twice, in fact. Across 2 save files. Okay, that's new. Okay, we've about done. You got anything else you want to throw down here real quick? Okay, I knew to watch out for his downswing. Wow. Was nobly fought indeed. Hey, at least he didn't go into a second phase just yet. Why is his real axe less cool? Good question. I don't know. He didn't even. I assume that once I take out his health bar, he's gonna turn into like a giant lion or something like that. 'Cause, you know, that whole thing. But then aside from that, his stomps have even more range now. Oh boy. Really looking forward to this one. Get all that mimicked here. Fully upgraded for the most health possible. Alright. And then we fight Marika. That would make sense. Or, what was the other guy? What was her husband's name? Radog? No, that's not right. But, one of those two. Oh yeah, I can get another. Oh, I should have went in on that, because that's the punishable attack. As seen before. Swing right, swing left, and down. Yep, it's the same. Okay, so I guess this is actually the second phase attack. That's why, that's the deal there, and that's why suddenly it changes up so much. Yeah, that's a very annoying attack. I bet all I need to do is just jump to dodge it, right? Usually what you would expect. Seems to come out very fast. Poor mimicked here. Look at him. Oh, there's the next phase. All right. I never parried Lord Gwyn. I was never very good at parrying. Yep, I knew it. Now, is he going to turn into the lion, or is he just going to go and ride it? Or something?
Good service, Siraj.
Or is he going to... everybody hates their limbs and whatnot, right? Can we go one boss fight without somebody like tearing off their limbs or murdering something?
I've given thee courtesy enough. I fight as Horaloo. Warrior!
Oh, he's even doing the stance and everything. Gas coin? I mean, oh, what the hell? I would actually even say, like, we're doing the old, Hey, get a hitbox already. Oh my god. Yeah, this is a FromSoft game. They're bringing out the pro wrestler. They're bringing out the pro wrestler boss. They're doing it again, baby. I actually do very much enjoy this. That said, get wrecked.
Tarnished. Thy strength.
I just, once again, I know using summons and everything, but it's like this game I would spend like another 3 weeks on this game otherwise. Oh, the pro wrestler boss. Also, hey, Lou, isn't that the name of the barbarian lady in the thing? Only fighting with your bare hands is less than effective than a giant fuck-off axe? Oh, maybe. But then again, I mean, it's also like, you know, I'm using the busted stuff. Simple warrior. Yeah, whatever. You don't turn to Shido and then just call yourself a simple warrior. Give me that Elden Ring! Give it to me. Give me the Elden Ring. It's mine. I'm the Elden Lord. Why is there a summoning statue here? That's 3 more bosses. Yeah. Oh, holding the giant rune arc and everything. Or, well, not holding. Oh, it is, Raw Dog. What is his name? He's got the red hair and everything. It was either that or Marka, right? Or somehow I'd end up fighting the tree, however that would even work. Yes, Raw Dog. I don't remember what his name is. Truly we were the Elden Ring. Yeah, Radagon. There you go. Radagon. No. Not bad damage. Oh, okay. Yeah, that does more than you expect. I see. You can roll it, though. Good to know. Good to know. Yeah, of course. So you got a phase 2. I mean, of course you have a phase 2. I expect nothing less. No. That is indeed some good damage. Well, yeah, that's because I'm using myself and a copy of myself that doesn't die in 3 hits. Oh. Yeah, so it's going to be... He looks very parryable. There's no way. I can't do parries. I can't do parries. The best you're going to get out of me with parries is watching the Sekiro series. I'm not somebody who's very good at parrying. He doesn't die in 1 hit, that is. Really. 1 combo of attacks, if you will. I mean, bleed seems to be just very good entirely. It was true back in like Dark Souls 3 and everything. Hurry it up already. Look, are we going to do this every single time I fight this guy? I'm going to flashbang the audience. Sorry for anybody that's trying to watch us while they're sleeping. I want to say that everybody stopped watching this as soon as I started to use cheesy strats. Fair enough. Well, that was me trying to go for the parry attack, but eh. He might be an undead type of dude, but bleeds all the same. Tcha. Elden Ring is a very hard game if you want to play it solo. Just reiterating what we all already know. I don't know, is this where he... No, that's where he... That's fine. It's a good attack. Oh, come on. Now you just Dracula around here. Please, Radagon. Please, Rawdog. Oh, yeah? Even with the overpowered build, I struggled a lot with Rawdog. This guy he's tough. He's got he doesn't have very fast attacks, but he does have enormous AoE on each one of his attacks, and he does deal a lot of damage. So I still needed to learn this fight to a certain extent. Thankfully, most of the AoE things can be rolled through, so even if I did end up fighting this guy solo, it's probably still very easy to learn each one of the patterns eventually. It's just, of course, at this point in time, I was still using the mythic tier and everything. So here, I'm back to using frostbite-based weaponry, just because he is completely immune to bleed damage. Not quite as good in this fight as it's been in some of the last ones. However, frostbite damage, as you can see, still does quite a bit. Major strategy has been, I just wait until he gets into a combo, because he'll immediately target me if I try to attack him. So I wait until he gets into some sort of combo, and that's when I attempt to deal as much damage as possible before disengaging and letting the Mimic Tier take the aggro again. That attack, you can just roll through left and right, and thankfully knocking him down meant that this was one quick start. Oh, but of course it's not over. It's never over now, is it? The Elden Beast. Yes, the true final boss of the game. This guy is, one, very cool looking. I really like the design for this, and you see a whole bunch of Erdtrees in the background, maybe representing other worlds, maybe representing, I don't know, other things, lore stuff. I couldn't really tell you why. However, oh my god, this is one of my this is all of my least favorite parts of Soul bosses in one. It's a very large enemy that moves very quickly. You're not going to see it too much in this fight because, you know, being the winning one, it didn't end up running away from me most of the time, but to be honest, it's like this guy does a lot of damage. I usually lose my Mimic tier before pretty quickly here because Raw Dog takes him down pretty fast, so I'm doing it solo. And then I just spend most of the time trying to run after this boss so I can even deal damage. Now, this is a fun attack. Do a little bit of jump rope. But, yeah, and the other thing, of course, is that, yes, you need to go fight Raw Dog every single time you want to attempt the Elden Beast. Yeah, so 2 completely separate fights that are still technically the same fight. 2 completely separate enemies that are still technically the same fight. A fast, extremely large enemy that you have to spend most of your time running after. And it's... yeah, I miss when fights were just fights. When you just fought a thing and that was it. But unfortunately, that's not what this one is. Raw Dog, I think, is actually a very fun fight. It's hard. And I think the second phase is a little bit unfair because he starts to combo in a bunch of teleportations around, sort of Dracula from Castlevania style. And that means that even if you do get some very exploitable type of moves from him, he'll usually teleport away before he even lets you get a hit on him, and that also does damage to yourself. But even then, I think as a fight, pretty decent. It's just the fact that you need to do it every single time you want to fight the Elden Beast. And the Elden Beast, and your skills at fighting Raw Dog do not translate over to the Elden Beast fight at all. It's a completely different fight just tacked on to Raw Dog's fight. He's also got his own 2-phase type of thing, as you can see with the gigantic comet that is thankfully not chasing around Fancy Dan, but instead the Mimic tier. So at least that made that a little bit easier to deal with, because that thing stays around for a good 30 seconds and is constantly shooting projectiles at you. If the Elden Beast just went with melee attacks most of the time, those are fairly easy to dodge, but it's the fact that you need to just kind of like chase it around that makes it extra annoying on top of everything else. So as much as I like it design-wise, as a fight, it's just all the things I hate the most about like Souls bosses. Okay, just get out of there before it explodes. That deals a good amount of damage, you know. And although, thankfully, I dealt with Raw Dog very quickly, which meant that I still have my Mimic tier for this entire thing, as well as most of my potion charges, it's like, this can be something of a battle of attrition eventually. That's just a circle strafe style of attack again. I mean, most things are easy to dodge. It's just... ugh. I did two different boss fights, both with 2 phases that you have to fight one after the other. It's just... I hate it. I hate it. But hey, at least it is the final boss. So there is nothing after this one. If you beat up this guy, you're done. I mean, provided you don't want to go for optional super bosses or anything. I do not think it's vulnerable to like bleed or frostbite or anything, so that also was mostly a thing that I was just doing for the first phase. Really just raw damage that I need. The Elden Remembrance. So, by the way, that is supposed to be the, as we'll see from the Remembrance, that is supposed to be like the representation of the Elden Ring given physical form. Why is it attacking me? I don't know. Marika and Raw Dog, I guess, because they're the same character, were the ones that shattered the Elden Ring in the first place. It makes sense that they would want to stop me, but why the Elden Ring itself? Well, let's just chalk it up to, I'm sure there's probably a lore explanation that I just don't understand very well. Anyway, as much as I would like to see what the weapons are, what were the weapons? It was Radog's cool hammer, and I believe the sword the Elden Beast actually used. But I can't use that right now, so let's see the great ending.
The fallen leaves tell a story of how a tarnished became Elden Lord. In our home, across the fog, the lands between. Our seed will look back upon us and recall an age of fracture.